Hey, if you enjoy the stories on my channel, please consider subscribing. Your support motivates me to keep creating more content. Thank you so much. Now, let's get into today's story. I never planned to cheat. That's the part people rarely understand. They assume it's always about lust, excitement, or some hidden desire to ruin everything. But the truth is simpler. I was just tired. Tired of being invisible in my own life. Tired of forcing smiles through silence. And honestly, I didn't even realize how unhappy I was until it was too late. It started slowly, the way most dangerous things do. My husband, David, and I had been together for 9 years, married for 6. We had the house, the routines, and the predictable dinner parties with the same 3 couples every other Saturday. From the outside, we looked perfect, stable, successful, complete. But inside, something had gone hollow. David no longer asked me how my day was. I stopped waiting for him to come home. We would sit across from each other at the dinner table some nights like coworkers forced to share a break. No arguments, no passion, just silence. Then came Ethan. I met him at work. He was new, confident, a little younger, but not reckless. He listened when I spoke, really listened, and laughed at things I'd forgotten were even funny. At first, it was nothing, coffee breaks, harmless compliments. But it grew, like weeds sneaking through cracks. One rainy afternoon, we got caught outside under a narrow awning. He looked at me, really looked at me, and said, "I bet no one tells you how beautiful you are anymore." My stomach flipped. I told myself it was just attention, that I could handle it, that I'd never cross the line. But the truth is, I had already crossed it the moment I started checking my lipstick before seeing him. The affair began on a Wednesday. Isn't that strange? You imagine these things starting with candlelight, expensive wine, or hotel rooms overlooking the city. But no, ours started in his tiny apartment, with bad takeout and a movie we never finished. I told myself I deserved it, that this would wake me up, make me feel again. And at first, it did. Ethan was fire to David's ice. He said the things David hadn't said in years. He noticed when I changed my hair. He brought me coffee exactly the way I liked it, without needing to ask. Slowly, I began to believe our secret bubble of lies was real, that maybe this was the life I was meant to have. But secrets never stay hidden forever. It unraveled in the worst way. David never seemed suspicious, or so I thought. Then one night, I came home late to find him sitting in the living room, the glow of his laptop lighting his face. He didn't yell. He didn't cry. He simply turned the screen toward me. It was a photo, Ethan and me at a diner near his apartment. My hand was resting on Ethan's, both of us laughing. Someone had taken the photo from outside the window. We sat in silence for what felt like forever. Finally, David spoke. "I was going to surprise you with a weekend trip. I thought we needed a spark, but I guess I'm too late." I wanted to explain, to apologize, but what words could make it better? The next day, he packed a bag and left. No fight. No last chance. Just gone. I ended things with Ethan the same week. The magic between us dissolved into something tainted. He wanted me to move in, to start fresh with him, but I couldn't even look at him without feeling sick. I hadn't just betrayed David. I had broken myself. I thought maybe with time, David might come back. But weeks turned into months. And then I saw it, the photo. It was online, posted by a mutual friend without realizing the weight of it. David, smiling, standing beside a woman I didn't recognize. Her hand was in his. They looked genuinely happy. I stared at that image for hours. That's when the loneliness hit me hardest. I wasn't just alone. I was invisible. Ethan was gone. David had moved on. Friends we once shared drifted toward him, unsure how to face me. My phone stayed quiet. Weekends felt endless. I had my job, my apartment, my wine, but no one. I replayed everything in my mind. The way I justified the affair, how I mistook attention for affection, and how I ruined the only thing that ever truly mattered. And here's the cruelest truth. I wasn't even truly unhappy back then. Not like I am now. What I had with David wasn't fiery passion, but it was real. A quiet love. A safe love. and I threw it away for a few fleeting months of excitement. Eventually, I reached out. I sent David an email, not to beg, not to win him back, but simply to say I was sorry. 2 weeks later, he replied, "I forgive you, but I'm finally happy now, and I hope one day you'll be too." That broke me more than anything. Not because he was angry, but because he wasn't. He had healed. He had grown. He had found someone new, while I was stuck, circling in a loop of regret and emptiness. People always say cheating is about searching for something you're missing. But no one talks about the hole it leaves behind when the illusion fades. No one warns you how isolating it feels to realize you were the villain in your own story. I wasn't happy back then, but I never thought I'd end up this alone. And now, every time I hear the laughter of a couple passing outside my window or see two hands intertwined on the subway, I'm reminded of what I had, what I destroyed, and what I may never get back.